It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Broncos and the Jets, next on Madden Football.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go. It should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Denver Broncos. Brandon Gaudin joined as always by Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Broncos in this one, they've got to be thinking, hey, we've got a good chance to be successful here running the football.
No doubt about that, because that has to be their mindset. It should be their mindset. This is one of the better rushing offenses in the league, and they're squaring off against a team that's not at all strong on the other side of the ball. So this could be one where we see this offense try to impose their will through the trenches, and in fact, they should.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
A good run there to start the drive. 13 yards, first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way you press the hole, absolutely perfect.
Right back to him on first down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. A first carry now. This is Johnson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 12 yards. There, and the Jets have a first. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 39-yard line. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's taken down inside the 30. 11 more on there, and another first down. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way you wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down.
McPherson for the field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Take it in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So now here are the Broncos for their first drive of the game. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a give to Mixon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Flush to his right. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. A handoff to Mixon. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
22 yards there, a first down.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
As I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it ends with a Denver touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 3rd down, Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Punter Sterling Hofrichter out now on 4th down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. 5-3 their record at the halfway point, and you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple of things working against them, and number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Denver.
Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. He's able to knock that one away.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. To throw is Wilson. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. On second down now, it's Gardner. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So not only do you not get the first down, but you've also made things a lot more difficult on your field goal kicker.
Yeah, they're still in range, but you're exactly right, because you know the kicker's over there saying, thanks a lot, you just made my job a little tougher, because when he kicks it now, they kick it lower, because he's got to get more distance. That means there's more jeopardy for the ball to get tipped or blocked.
So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. A good job in the passing game. Decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
That one good for 26 and a first down. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he's got room. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run. He was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now rush coming, and he's taken down.
Do what you do.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, and this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
To try again after the sack. Wilson, he'll get this one complete to Davis. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Wilson to throw. And this is caught off a deflection. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Von Miller make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Wilson's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A third field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. They go play action with Wilson. Uncorks one for Davis. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. McPherson's kick is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Here's McPherson now to send it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute. But first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll start.
You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Both teams making their final adjustments for the second half to come. And to bring the action your way, we go back to MetLife Stadium and Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Now here's a throw that's complete, and they're able to get this one across the 35. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Second and 9 now. And he fires one incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And it's third down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
So in Jet territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 47. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Goes back to Sutton, this time completes it. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 24-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. They'll look to throw here on first down. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 yards there, just like last play. From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a second and 9. And power running here down to the 6-yard line.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on 3rd down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Wilson. Going right side here, and that's complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
54 is Mike. Check.
Now Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Gardner. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down. And here's Hofrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. 51 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. 112 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And he will have a Broncos 1st down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 18.
First down, Denver. That's the end of the third quarter.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. Touchdown, Broncos. Jerry Jeudy, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. But that makes this a 2-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, that's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. As this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. Vision and speed, 2 of the attributes that you might say are important for a free safety, and we saw both in evidence there.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnosed perfectly there.
And exactly how fast was he going? According to Next Gen Stats, 21.7 miles per hour. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll run with Mixon. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Back to Mixon on second down. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
It's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough. Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Looking to throw. That's caught left side by Judy. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter. Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
New York's offense back out there and set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone. And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the when you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. They'll run on first down. Gardner, absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing is Wilson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The Jets on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now it's Wilson. This one caught by Davis. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. Now it's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Gardner. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Here's Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Again, Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Jabril Cox. He brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's caught by Davis. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 14, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Once again, they run with Mixon. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. The win for the Broncos seemingly assured. They go down to a knee.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And that's complete to Davis. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And they say it's never easy to come into Denver to win because of the altitude. They looked pretty comfortable in the altitude.
They certainly did. I'm not quite sure how they got prepared. And it's always been a big debate about what to do. I lived out there at one point. I lived in Colorado Springs. And I remember saying to someone after my second or third day there, like, this altitude thing, this is no big deal. And day 4, it hit. And it hit hard. And it took me a while to get ready and get acclimated. So some teams, they like to come in early, try and get on a schedule and feel good with it. Other teams say, forget it. Let's not let the effects jump on us. They come in as late as possible, as close to kickoff, and play. Whatever way they did it,